The fight to make breast cancer testing more affordable is making its way to the Capitol. Kara joins us here in studio with why advocates and survivors say this is long overdue. Kara?
Well, Ashley, we sat down with the executive director of Susan G. Komen, Florida, who said their phones ring off the hook every day. Women and men who are told that their mammograms showed something suspicious, but they simply cannot afford the cost of the follow-up testing requested by their doctors, which could eventually lead to a diagnosis. Sadly, they're forced to decide between paying their mortgage or paying for a test that could ultimately save their life. Lisa Fitter says she first found a lump on her breast back in 2013. A mammogram revealed she'd need more testing, but she simply could not afford it.
It's a huge struggle, it's a huge worry, and it's not something that we really should have to worry about when we're fighting for our lives.
Lisa turned to Susan G. Komen.
All my diagnostic testing, from the ultrasound, the MRI, and the needle biopsies, all of that, Komen took care of for me. So I did not see one bill while I was going through all that.
Those tests led to an official diagnosis. The mom of two had breast cancer.
The costs for diagnostic testing vary, but they could be anywhere from $150 to well over $1,000.
The executive director says it's a price tag too much for some families, leaving women like Lisa faced with a decision no one should have to make.
About 10% of all mammograms result in diagnostic testing, meaning an MRI, a 3D mammogram, or an ultrasound. When you have to have that, it's subject to a very high cost sharing. And for many women and men, that high cost keeps them from getting that test.
They're now taking their fight to the state capitol, pushing for a bill that would make certain diagnostic tests prescribed by a healthcare provider the same equal rate as mammograms. Lisa, whose breast cancer returned in May, says she is forever grateful for Susan G. Komen and is standing with them as they push for change.
They know where to go for the help. You don't know, you've got so many things going around your head when you're told you have cancer that you don't even know where to turn. They are the resource to turn to.
The executive director of Susan G. Komen, Florida, told us that most mammograms are no or low cost, usually about $50 max, and that's the same rate they're hoping through that new bill to make follow-up testing like MRIs and ultrasounds. Matt?